If you're over 70 or love someone who is, have you noticed small changes that don't feel like just aging? A favorite recipe is suddenly confusing. A familiar route that now feels puzzling. A conversation that slips away mid-sentence. Today, I'll walk with you, calmly and kindly, through 7 early warnings of dementia, not to frighten you, but to offer language clarity and next steps. When we recognize patterns early, we can act sooner, smooth the path, and keep dignity at the center. Millions of families walk this road. You are not alone. Let's replace fear with practical wisdom and gentle action. What's normal versus not quite right? Normal aging. Misplacing your glasses, then finding them when you retrace your steps. A warning sign. Putting the glasses in the fridge and not remembering you used the refrigerator at all. Normal aging. Forgetting a name and later recalling it. A warning sign. Forgetting a familiar person you see often or asking, have we met? Normal aging. Losing your train of thought when excited. A warning sign. Losing the thread so often you can't finish a story, pay a bill, follow a recipe, or keep an appointment. The big picture. Patterns, progression, and impact on daily life. If changes repeatedly affect how you shop, cook, drive, manage your finances, take medications, or connect with others, it deserves attention. One slip is human. A pattern that reshapes routines is a signal. 1. Memory slips that disrupt daily life. Tom, 74, in Ohio, is famous for his Sunday chili. Lately, he forgets his already added paprika and adds it again. He asks, "What time are you coming?" every 10 minutes and is surprised each time. He proudly recalls a fishing trip from 1986, yet can't remember yesterday's lunch or who phoned in the morning. What to notice? Repeating questions and stories within hours. Missing recent events, a call or visit earlier that day. Misplacing items in unusual places, wallet in the laundry basket, keys in the biscuit tin. Relying on notes for simple routines. Food burning because the hob was left on. Self-check mini test. Choose 4 simple words: apple, door, blue chair. Say them. Set a 5-minute timer and do something else. Try to recall them. Jot the result without judgment. A few misses mean watch. Frequent misses plus daily disruption mean discuss with your doctor. Gentle action memory diary. Keep a small notebook by the kettle. Record date. Time. What happened? How long it lasted in context. Poor sleep? Skipped lunch? Extra stress? After 2 weeks, patterns emerge. Mornings better than evenings or slips after busy days. Bring this to your doctor. It turns fog into facts. Daily supports. Assign homes for essentials, e.g., key hook at the door, glasses bowl by the armchair, wallet in the top left drawer. Label cupboards with large print stickers, bowls, spices. Use a timer that beeps until pressed whenever the oven or kettle is on. Anchor habits. Same mug, same shelf, same charger spot. 2. Language and conversation changes. Margaret in Yorkshire, 78, loves a good natter. Recently, she says, "Pass me the thing, the telly clicker," and stops, not shy, just blank. She follows group chats with a smile but says less. The pace feels fast. She reaches the end of a paragraph and realizes she hasn't absorbed it, rereading the same lines. What to notice? Word finding trouble for everyday items. Switching placeholders thingy. That. Losing the thread mid-sentence. Repeating phrases. Difficulty following fast conversations, films, or radio talk shows. Avoiding lively conversations she once enjoyed, especially with background noise. What it's not. Pausing for a tricky word is common. Repeatedly losing ordinary words and withdrawing from conversations is not. Gentle action. Slow the soundscape. Reduce background noise, face each other, and focus on one topic at a time. If you're the listener, avoid pop quizzes. Say, "Take your time, I'm listening." Practice tip. Word bridges. If a word won't come, describe it long black for the TV. Let the partner offer a kind guess remote. Celebrate the connection, not perfect vocabulary. Confidence builder. Read a short poem or recipe aloud daily. It rebuilds rhythm, breath, and confidence, like physical therapy for conversation. 3. New struggles with planning, money, or meds. James and Sydney, 76. Balances accounts to the cent. Now he pays the electricity bill twice and forgets to take his tablets for 3 days. He starts an online form, clicks away, and can't find his way back. Cupboards show 3 bottles of olive oil and no tea. Lists were forgotten. What to notice? Unpaid bills or double payments. Confusion with step-by-step tasks, recipes, tax forms, travel bookings. Lost appointments. Duplicate shopping. Mixing up medication doses or times. What it's not? Needing help with a brand new app once. Repeated trouble with long familiar processes is different. Gentle action. Simplify and automate. Money. Direct debit/standing orders. Spending alerts. One everyday card. A bright single folder for paper bills. Meds. Weekly pill organizer. 2 alarms. Phone plus talking clock. An updated medication list on the fridge. Ask the pharmacist about blister packs. Planning. 1 extensive wall calendar with big boxes. Color code appointments. Blue health, green social. Weekly planning ritual every Sunday. Why it helps. Guardrails remove friction, not freedom, and protect independence without argument. 4. Getting lost in familiar places or mixing up time. Nora in Melbourne, 79, rode the same tram for decades. Recently, she missed her stop and couldn't explain where she was. At dusk, she believes it's morning and wonders why dinner's on the table. She wakes at 3 a.m., sure it's time to dress. What to notice? Disorientation on routine routes, missing familiar turns, not recognizing well-known shop fronts, mixing up days or seasons. Time drift, morning/evening confusion, sudden urgency to go to work years after retiring. What it's not? A wrong turn during roadworks. That happens. Getting lost on your own street is a different experience. Gentle action. Create anchors. Carry a comfort card with name, emergency contact, and a calm note. If I seem lost, please help me call my daughter/son. Use simple location sharing with one trusted person. Place a large day-date time clock in the kitchen and bedroom. Build an arrival ritual. Text home on arrival. Got it back. Light matters. 10 minutes of morning daylight and gentle. Warm lights after sunset steady the body clock. Consider closing curtains before dark to reduce reflections that can look like strangers in windows. 5. Changes in judgment and safety decisions. Derek, 80, in Cornwall, You've been suspicious emails. Now he enters every prize draw, clicks unknown links, and shares card details. He wears a heavy coat on a hot day and leaves the door ajar at night for fresh air. What to notice? Falling for scams, risky spending, unusual generosity to strangers, dressing inappropriately for weather, neglecting hygiene, unsafe cooking, letting unknown people in, leaving appliances on. What it's not, treating yourself once in a while. Repeated risky actions signal concern. Gentle action, soft safety nets. Phone, block unknown callers, allow his family, add caller ID photos and custom ringtones. Banking, two-step verification. Spending alerts, daily limit caps. Home, smoke/CO alarms with loud signals. Auto shut-off kettle. Timer that beeps until pressed. Night lights in hall and bathroom. Clothing, lay out weather-appropriate outfits the night before. Keep grab-and-go sets on an easy shelf. Language or dignity. Let's make life easier and safer, rather than, you can't be trusted. Autonomy thrives when safety is framed as convenience. 6. Mood, energy, and personality shifts. Evelyn, 77, in Arizona, ran her book club for years. Now, supermarkets make her anxious. She snaps at minor frustrations, cancels plans, naps most afternoons, and whispers, "I don't feel like myself." Friends say she's quieter and quicker to tears. What to notice? New apathy or can't be bothered, irritability or anxiety in busy places. Social withdrawal, unusual suspicion, feeling overwhelmed by everyday choices. Sleep rhythm changes, increased napping, evening restlessness. Remember, depression, grief, loneliness, pain, poor sleep, and hearing/vision problems can all worsen thinking. These are treatable and worth addressing. Gentle action, the steadiness loop. Morning, 2 minutes of slow breathing at the window, then a 15-minute walk or chair routine. Midday, one hands-on task, watering plants, folding towels, sorting a drawer to spark momentum. Social, a predictable touch point most days, call after lunch, tea with a neighbor weekly, a friendly community group. Partner script, I can see today feels heavy. Would 5 minutes on the porch help? If your low mood persists, bring it to your doctor. Support is available and can also help with your thoughts. 7. Movement. Senses and seeing the world differently. Helen, in Glasgow, 75, bump shoulders in doorways. Shiny floors look like slippery rivers. She slows on curbs, misjudges steps, avoids dim rooms, and sometimes pours tea onto the saucer. Supermarkets feel chaotic. Too bright, too busy, too many patterns. What to notice? Depth perception trouble, stairs, curbs. Difficulty judging distances when pouring. Shuffling or hesitant gait, new stiffness. Increased falls risk. Changes in smell, visual overwhelm in busy stores, misreading reflections or shadows. Gentle action, brighten and simplify. Lighting, bright, even lighting. Night light in hall and bathroom. Reduce glare, bedside lamps both sides. Contrast, colored tape on stair edges. Dark placemat under white plate. Contrasting toilet seat for visibility. Footwear, sturdy. Close heel shoes with good grip. Remove scatter rugs and trailing wires. Sense checks. Book vision/hearing tests. Clear voices and good contrast reduce confusion and falls. Movement tip. Little and often, 2 5-minute movement snacks daily. Ankle pumps, sit to stands. Heel to toe at the kitchen counter. Confidence grows with repetition, not intensity. Gentle science. In plain words, dementia describes changes in memory, thinking, and daily functioning resulting from various causes. Alzheimer's often begins with changes affecting memory first. Vascular dementia can look step-like after small strokes. Lewy body conditions may manifest as vivid dreams, acting out fantasies, changes in attention, and abrupt visual perception shifts. Frontotemporal types may begin with changes in personality, behavior, or language rather than memory. This is why tracking patterns matters, and why a clinician's evaluation helps tailor support to the person, not just a label. The respectful conversation blueprints start with care, not criticism. I love you, and I've noticed a few changes that worry me. Can we look at them together? Use I statements. I've noticed I'm repeating myself, and it worries me. Name the shared goal. I want to stay independent as long as possible. Can we plan together? Offer practical help, not tests. Can I sit with you while you sort the bills? Rather than what's 7 by 8? Agree on the next tiny steps. 1 diary entry per day, 1 phone reminder, and 1 calendar entry. A simple 30-day observation plan week 1. Noticing. Start the diary. Track memory slips. Word finding, mood, sleep, meals, hydration, and near misses, overcooked food, misstop. Add a stress/sleep note each day. Week 2. Gentle guardrails. Add 1 calendar, a pill box, brighter lighting, labeled drawers, a loud kitchen timer, and an auto shut-off kettle. Place a stop and check sticky note near the cooker switch. Week 3. Share and support. Show the diary to a trusted person and agree on check-ins, 2 texts a day or a brief call. Discuss safe routes, preferred shops, and times of day that work best for you. Week 4. Talk to your doctor. Bring the diary. List all medications and supplements, including over-the-counter and herbal, and bring glasses/hearing aids. Prepare 2 or 3 clear examples. Ask about reversible causes, hearing/vision problems, low B12, thyroid issues, infections, sleep apnea, medication side effects, chronic pain, depression/anxiety. Clarify next steps and when to review. What to bring and what to ask bring. Your diary, medication/supplement list. Top 3 concerns written down, and glasses/hearing aids. Ask, could any of my medications affect memory, sleep, mood, or balance? Should I check B12, thyroid, or review vision/hearing? Are there memory clinics, occupational therapy, community services, or caregiver groups nearby? What specific changes should I watch for, and when should we follow up? If tests are suggested, remember, Tests guide support. They don't define your worth or your future. Gentle daily habits that help, whatever the diagnosis, move a little, often. 10 to 15 minutes of walking or chair exercises twice a day. Eat steady meals. Colorful veg, beans, eggs, fish, yogurt, oats. Enough protein for energy and strength. Hydrate. A glass upon waking, one at lunch, one mid-afternoon. Keep water visible. Protect sleep rhythm. Same wake time. Morning light. Simple wind down. Dim lights, soft music, screens off. Stay connected. One meaningful conversation daily. Phone, porch, club, or park bench. Feed the mind. Familiar puzzles or crafts. Tiny new learning. One song lyric, one bird name, one recipe step. Calm the space. Reduce clutter on key surfaces. Trays for today's items. Labels where helpful. Keep pathways clear. Home safety touches that make a big difference. Front door. Large, clear house number. Key hook. Spare key with a trusted neighbor/friend. Kitchen. A timer that beeps until pressed. A turn-off reminder by the cooker. Commonly used items within easy reach. A kettle with auto shut-off. Bathroom. Grab bars, non-slip mats. A raised toilet seat if helpful. And a nightlight. Stairs. Contrast tape on edges. Sturdy handrails on both sides if possible. Tech helpers. Large button phone. Emergency contacts pinned to favorites. Medical ID setup. Location sharing with one trusted person. Calendar reminders with gentle chimes. Scam blocking on landline/mobile. Care for the caregiver. Because you matter too, your steadiness matters. Keep your appointments. Sleep enough. Accept help when offered. Schedule small breaks. Consider a weekly care swap with a friend. 1 hour for you, one for them. Learn the phrase that changes everything. Yes, thank you. Compassion for yourself is part of caring well for the person you love. Planning with kindness. Gather key documents in one folder. Note medication preferences, allergies, and emergency contacts. Write down favorite foods, music, routines, treasured photos, and comforting phrases. These details help family and future carers keep life familiar, warm, and respectful, especially on hard days. Quick, is this urgent? Guide call urgent care if changes come on suddenly. New confusion with fever, a new fall, slurred speech, one-sided weakness, severe headache, chest pain, or sudden vision loss. For gradual changes affecting daily life, book a routine GP or primary care visit soon. Earlier is kinder and opens more options. If you recognize yourself or someone you love in even one of these signs, you've already taken the bravest step. Paying attention. Jot down what you noticed today. Share it with a trusted person. Book a routine check with your doctor. Early clarity gives you time to plan, add supports, and maintain precious routines. Which sign surprised you most? And what's one small step you'll take this week? Share your story in the comments. Your experience may help someone else feel less alone. If this was helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend or family member. We're here for you, steady, compassionate, and on your side.